Brilliance Audio presents Mazes of Power by Juliette Wade. Performed by Michael Crouch, Will Ropp, and Brian Nishi. Tagaret believed in music the same way he believed in the sky. It was unreachable, invisible, transcendent, and somehow a promise that there had to be more to life than this. Mother had always assured him, when they'd fallen back into that vague, wistful state after the grand concerts were over, that they must be grateful to have been born into the nobility and have their health, too. That no better life could be had in all Varan. With her beside him, he could believe that it was true. But then Father's official appointment as Elixir of Selimna had stolen her away across the surface wilderness, leaving him and his brother behind. Up there, traveling on the roads, Mother had seen the sky out her window. She'd told him about it in her very first letter. Vast, bright, deep. Tagaret, I try, but these words fail to describe its full, terrifying beauty. Somehow, the sight of it changes everything. He'd shivered over her words and waited to hear more, to hear how everything was different now. A beautiful sight couldn't bring back the days before the decline, before the yearly announcements that catalogued defects and deaths. If it had eased Mother's tears, it must mean something important. But she'd never mentioned it again. And after that, the notes of hope disappeared from her letters. Some experiences could change your entire life. Not necessarily for the better. With yet another announcement looming, Tagaret clung to the promise and the music. In the 5 years since Mother's departure, he'd attended every concert, hoping to feel his heart uplifted. Tonight's piece promised to be unlike anything written before. A controversial new symphony, The Catacomb, described by advanced listeners as an experience that would change the image of the cartoon and artisan cast, change the meaning of music, change everything. Tagaret looked down at his ticket. Thick paper with looping calligraphy in black and gold. He could imagine himself 12 again, and Mother handing it to him, pointing out his seat while she described the music to come in a voice ringing with excitement. Change everything, he whispered. He stepped through the doors into the Eminence's grand ballroom, with his 3 best friends following behind him. All the finest people were here. Announcements brought out a bigger crowd than musical events. Politicians, gentlemen, and ladies murmured in anticipation, their jewel-colored suits and gowns glittering in the electric light of the chandeliers. Tagaret led his friends into the right side aisle, feeling the gossip-hungry eyes evaluate his new height, his poise, and his maturity before moving on. 5th row, he said, as the chandeliers dimmed slightly. He handed extra tickets back to Fernar, Gowan, and Rain. Wow, said Fernar. Right up front. How'd you get such good tickets to an announcement? Tagaret sighed. They're for the concert, Fernar. My mother's the patron of the concert series. Great, said Gowan. We can look right up at the Speaker of the Cabinet. Rain aimed a punch at Gowan's shoulder. Come on. Tagaret just said, we're here for the music. Right, said Tagaret. Thanks, Rain. Fernar and Gowan would never quite understand the anxiety he and Rain felt before announcements, because they hadn't lost parents to leadership positions in the provincial cities. Actually, I'm here for young ladies, too, Fernar said, nodding toward the stage. That's quite a view. Let's skim on over there. Tagaret followed his gaze. A group of girls sparkled near the base of the stage, talking and laughing in a tight cluster.